Welcome, everybody, to Podcast Answers, the show where I help you start and grow your podcast, answering any podcasting questions along the way. That's right. We are talking today about Rode Call Me, what it is, what it is not, and how you can use it to bring interview guests onto your show. So, guys, sorry, it's been so long since I've been on this show. It's been a long time since I've recorded an episode of the Podcast Answers, and part of that is just because I was gone. Summer's super busy for me. It's so hard to get things coordinated during the summer just because vacations and all sorts of some fun things. Sorry, that's no excuse to you. You deserve better. You deserve more. You deserve it. So, welcome back. I missed you guys. Anyways, so today, Rode has introduced, I don't know, it was a week or two ago, a new product called Rode Call Me. And actually, I was on the beta for this, and I think it's actually kind of cool and interesting. I don't know that I'm going to use it, but I will explain more about that, why I'm not going to. So, how I get my interview guests is not get them, but how I get them into my show. I do video. So I record using Zoom. In fact, you can do that right now. Not just Zoom, but Ecamm is the software that I use to do the recording. But I use Zoom, and I use Zoom to bring my guests in because I'm doing video. Zoom's audio quality is pretty decent. I mean, it's not like high fidelity. It's not going to be super, super great. It's not going to be the world's best audio, but it's not bad. It's not terrible. You can do pretty good, decent audio on Zoom. And in fact, I'm doing that right now. I have a Backstage open. If you want to join me, you can join me right now. You can go to podcastanswers.com/backstage and join the Zoom Backstage, and we can chat and hang out and all of that fun stuff. But what is Rode Call Me? So Rode Call Me is Rode's new product. It's a SIP. It's a way to do interviews. It's a way to bring audio into your podcast. And so they have this setup called Rode Call Me, and it allows you to either call another Rodecaster device. So you can, let's say your friend or your co-host has, or even a guest has a Rodecaster. You can connect those two audio channels directly. And so if you're just doing audio, that's great. I don't do just audio. I'm doing video also. So that's part of the reason why you see me, you see Randy, Zoom, you give me gross puking on Zoom. I like Zoom. It works pretty good for me for the most part. So Randy, hold your yuck for later. Because no, Zoom isn't terrible. It's pretty decent if you know what you're doing and you have good quality setup on both ends. It's not terrible. But anyways, sorry, I got completely distracted by the chat. So what you can do, so Rode Call Me is cool though, because what it does is it allows you to essentially have two Rodecasters connect together. So it adds just another channel to your Rodecaster. You can on your fader, and actually let me go ahead and show you a little bit about that. So right here is my Rodecaster, and on this channel here, oops, not that one. This one here, this is the Rode Call Me. And essentially, if I were to connect to another Rodecaster device, it would just show up on this channel, just like I would if I would be plugging into another USB device or whatever. It's pretty handy. You can go in here, and yes, that's my Rode Call Me code right there. So you could definitely call me if you wanted to right now, but I will change that. But the nice thing about this is you can either go to, like I said, Rodecaster to Rodecaster, and you can just give out that code. And then when you go in there, you can click the button that says call another Rodecaster, and you can type the Rodecaster code right in there, and they get connected just as if they were right in the room with you with another audio source. It's great. It's got high quality audio, so it sounds perfect. And the nice thing about it is, Randy, if you were here, you'd call me right now in the middle of the podcast. Yes, that would be great. I would have loved it if you would have been home, but you're not. So in other words, essentially what it does is it allows you to call. But then the cool thing is, if you don't have, let's say you have a guest who has a Rodecaster or who does not have a Rodecaster, you can connect right to them going to the website, and it's callme.rode.com, and you can put that code in there, and it looks just like it just looks like another interview mode for Ecamm. You can type the code in and you connect to them, and you're on there. So what's the catch here? There is definitely a catch. So the cool thing is Rode has made it available as like a freemium type of thing. So on the free version, which is Rode Call Me Lite, you get 10 hours of audio per month for free. And so that's really cool, especially like, okay, so if you're doing a 1 hour podcast each week, you have more than enough time to go Rodecaster to Rodecaster on this. If, let's say, again, you were having your co-host who was away from, you were remote for your co-host. I know a lot of people do that they have their co-host that isn't physically with them. And so you could do this essentially for really easily and for free, have great audio quality right in the right in your Rodecaster, just as if they were right here with you. It's ultra low latency. It had and it's great. Now, the catch to that is the web hours, the amount of calls that you can call from the web, the Rode or callme.rode.com, is only 5 hours trial, and that's lifetime per device. And so that's really only going to be a trial. If you want to, you can't really, you can try that out and it's great, but a lot of times your interview guests are not going to have a Rodecaster, and so they're going to need to dial up on the web. And so that's really not enough to make this worth it on the free if you were having your interview guests in and they did not have a Rodecaster. But the 10 hours is enough, definitely, if you were going to go to Rodecaster to Rodecaster. So that's 10 hours a month for free from Rode if you're going Rodecaster to Rodecaster. So that's, again, great if you have a co-host. And again, if you're only doing audio, but again, I'm doing video for mine as well as audio. So I bring my guests in via video. So I bring them in via Zoom. And I know that not everyone likes Zoom, but I do. And I'm bringing them in via Zoom. Now, the next thing that they have is just Rode Call Me. So that first plan that I was talking about is the Rode Call Me Lite. And again, that's limited month, being 10 hours a month Rodecaster to Rodecaster. The Call Me plan is unlimited amounts of minutes Rodecaster to Rodecaster, unlimited amount web to your Rodecaster. You get the same thing as far as support goes, and but it's just really unlimited. That's what that gains you. And then they have the Rodecaster Call Me Pro, which again has unlimited for both of the Rodecaster to Rodecaster devices, and then unlimited to your web to that. But then it actually also adds some other really cool things too, and not just that. It has broadcasting tools, fully integrated IP audio for third-party calls, so you can call other SIP phones and other things. It's not just Rodecaster to Rodecaster or web to Rodecaster, but you can do SIP phones, SIP phone numbers. You can do super high quality audio, and and then you also have a Zoom integration, which I've not seen yet. So that'd be interesting to know. Rode, if you're listening to me and you want to offer me a free version of that, I would love to try out the Zoom integration that you're touting there on the website. But so really this thing is really cool, especially if you're just doing an audio podcast and you need to get your guest in to your show. You're just doing audio, because it's great because they end up as a line right on your Rodecaster. Again, super easy to do. And let me show you one more thing here. We've got, okay. So if we go in, and I apologize for that, video is kind of choppy there, but you can configure Call Me. And also the other thing it does is too, with the light version, you only have one channel of Call Me, but if you have the professional version or the paid version of that, then you end up having more. You can have 3 channels of audio in there. And so you can do that. And you can easily select. The great thing about this too is you can select all of the same processing that you do on, all of the same processing that you do when you are using the other channels in Rodecaster. You can use the big bottom and the Aural Exciter. you can use all of those things and configure and make it sound really, really, really amazing. So um, let's see if I can get this one in here. Randy says, I used Call Me to record an episode of Shooting It Straight remotely with Dr. Brad Miller of Cancer and Comedy. Amazing quality and easy to get done. So it sounds like, Randy, did you use the web version of that? So the guest called in via the web, or did they use Rodecaster to Rodecaster? I'd love to know on that, and how easy that your guest found to do the connection. It does look pretty easy. I know that one of the upsides of having a Zoom for interview, which I do, is it's really easy because everybody knows Zoom, right? I mean, everybody during the pandemic used Zoom to do all of their connecting. So Randy says web, the guest connected via the web, and it is really easy. You just put in the code, hit connect, and then you're connected, and you have a nice high quality audio right to your Rodecaster. Now, again, it's only audio, so I like Zoom because of the video. I'm saying that multiple times, but I find it nice because everybody knows Zoom. Everybody's done a Zoom call multiple times and they know it. But if you have a Rodecaster, make sure that you have it connected to the internet and you click the update button on your Rodecaster, because you will get this functionality too. All you have to do now, the one thing that is a little bit tricky is if you've not registered your Rode device with if you've not registered your Rodecaster device with Rode, you need to do that. So that's how they track the time that you've used. You have to actually go in and register your device. So that, not too tricky, but you have to go in and you have to have your serial number, which can easily be found in the Rodecaster menu. You just go to the settings and then you go to information, and then you have view device information, and that will give you your serial number right there that you can go ahead and actually register that with Rode. And there's a QR code once you've downloaded the software to get registered. It is super easy to do. So I found it to be pretty handy, or pretty easy, I should say. I've not actually done an episode with it just because of the fact that I do my interviews all with voice and video together, but it is easy to get set up. I did test it out. It does sound great. Randy said that the only issue that he's had was that you have to make sure that your audio device is set up correctly before connecting, or your browser will choose the default device, which may not be the quality that you want. So that's good to know. Thanks, Randy, for letting me know that. But yes, if you don't have your audio device hooked up, so like, I mean, you probably don't have a Rodecaster because you're using the guest doesn't, because they're using the internet or version. But if let's say you have a Scarlett 2i2 that you have plugged in, you have to have that plugged in before you open up your web browser, so that way your web browser can identify that and see that you have a Scarlett device connected to it. Otherwise, it's going to use something like your internal mic, and that is not going to be the quality that you want. So thanks, Randy, for letting us know that. Something to look out for. Yeah. So have you tried the Rode? Have you tried the Rode Call Me? I would love to hear about it. Let me know. If you can go to podcastanswers.com/contact. Let me know if you've used this, what you found with it. Yeah. So also, Randy, again, thank you again for all of these really good information. And this is why I love doing a live podcast episode, because Randy's giving me good real life advice that he's run into. And so he says, and always ask them if connecting via the web to turn on echo cancellation. So that's good. There's an echo cancellation option there. Make sure to turn it on, especially via the web. Now, Randy, did you find that if this is just when they don't have headphones on, or do they, even if they have headphones on, you want to have them use the echo cancellation? Let me know. I would love to know that, because I know a lot of times for Zoom or for other things, you don't need echo cancellation turned on if you have a headset on, but obviously if you have your speakers that you're just connecting to, then you need to have your echo cancellation turned on, because otherwise you'll hear an echo in there. So yeah, these are all really, really good options. Let me know if you've used it. I would love to hear your experience with that. And if you have received any any value out of this podcast at all, I'd ask that you go to podcastanswers.com/buymeacoffee and considering giving a little of that value back to me. It just helps me keep the show running. Again, that's podcastanswers.com/buymeacoffee. And I would thank you so much for that, because again, it helps me keep the show going. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and listening to the show. If you have any questions that you want me to answer on this podcast, go to podcastanswers.com/ask, and I would love to answer any podcasting questions that you have to help you get your podcast sounding great. Have a great week and keep podcasting.